Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with our help desk management system. So as you can see, we have our dashboard. Here you can see the tickets, that is the recent tickets. You have the number, title, description, status, priority created by, and the created on. And you can as well see the comments that has been done for those particular tickets. So if you go to tickets, you'll be able to see here, we can see the comments, details, you can edit and delete. And you can also add a new ticket. So here you can provide the title of the ticket, the description, the priority of the ticket, whether it's urgent, very urgent, or medium. Then you can see the category, whether it's hardware, and we have the subcategories, whether you have an issue with a mouse. Then you can also attach maybe a photo if there's something that you need to attach. Then if you click save, then you'll be able to save the details of that particular ticket. So you can see these are the details that we have. Then you have the ticket comments. So here you can actually add new comment. You can provide some comments to a particular ticket. So you can see these are some of the tickets that we have. Then if you create, then you'll be able to see the comments that has been added. Then you have the ticket categories. You can subcategorize your tickets. You have the main category and the subcategory. For example, you see we have the hardware, and within the hardware, we have the various subcategories. You see the category is hardware, and the subcategories are mouse, UPS, hard disk, shader, all these. Then you have the all subcategories. You can click here and you'll be able to see all the subcategories. Then you have the audit trails. So everything that you are doing within our application, the system is actually tracking all those things. So you can see we have the action. It was a create. Then the module is ticket. The table affected is tickets, the timestamp, the IP address, and the user who actually did that. Then you have the system users. So we'll be dealing with error logs for now. Let's just leave it. Then system users, these are users within our application. So you can actually add a new user, provide the first name, middle name, last name, gender, city, phone, all these details. Then we have the system codes. So here we are actually grouping our options in the system. For example, the gender. So we are creating the gender. You can also create another option like marital status. Marital status. Then on these, we can have the description. So if you save, so this will be our system code. Then for the system code details, we'll be actually now providing the option. So for example, we can say single. So someone can be single, married. So these are the options that we have. And the system code details is actually tied to marital status. So if you save that, you'll note that now we have the single, which is a marital status. You can have married, for example, if you add another one, which is married. Then here we can see married, then then you can choose here. So you can provide the various options that are actually within that particular status. So instead of add coding, you can adopt these particular options. Then you have the system roles. So these are the roles within the system. So you can see the software developer, administrator, network, IC technician. So you can also add a new role. You can say finance manager. So if you save that, then you'll be able to see the role added. Then you have now the departments. So these are the departments within the organization. So you can have many departments. So you can also, for example, here we have the ICT, finance, human resource, procurement. You can add another department. Maybe you can say security. So these can be a department. So you can say security department. So once you save that, then you'll have all these options. So for those who are following this channel and you have not subscribed until now, please consider subscribing, as we are going to ensure that we complete this particular module. Then we also get back to some of the modules that are still yet completed and some of the projects. So if you are following, most of the items, we are going to cover them here. So one thing that I want us to do today, I want us to do something. So you can see as we are adding a new ticket, so you'll be able to see that you have the priority, the category, the subcategory, and the attachment. So if you go back to the list, you can see we want to arrange this so that we ensure that we have our statuses. And so I want us to move this status to appear somewhere here. So let's just go back to our tickets under index. So I want us to do something. So I want us to move the status. So this status, I want us to have it here. So then the next thing that I want us to do, so once we have this status, I want us to ensure that whenever we just open our application, we should be able to see, we should actually assign various statuses with their respective colors. So you can see, so this should be, so we should also change the title here. Then we move it here. So we refresh, so you can see that this was actually reading created on, and this is the status is wrong. So the title is actually wrong. So you need to move the header and the title. So let's just confirm if that has been updated. Let's go back. So it says changes has been updated. So let's confirm, yeah. So this status should be the last thing. So you should actually borrow it, copy it here, and have it here. So I'm going to have it there. So if we update our app now, try to zoom in. So if we update our app now, we should be able to have that already updated. So you can see this is the status. So what I want us to do is, whenever we have these statuses, I want us to ensure that for each of these status, we have the respective color codes for all those statuses, so that whenever we are doing anything, we can be able to track that this particular status is for which colors, and we can actually check even when these particular tickets maybe delay or something. So you should be able to hold those accountable to ensure that we actually don't have a lot of issues that has not been addressed within the organization. So what I want us to do is I want us to provide some color codes. And those color codes, we are going to use them so that we ensure that the statuses of those color codes are different, and even we check the, so let's just go back to our app. So I'm going here. Then I want us to do something here. So I want us to have here, a string. So I'll just do variable. Then I'll call it, so I'll call it color. So I'll just call it color code. Then this color code, for now I'll just have it as something empty, or yes. So I want us to have some color codes here. So here I want us to ensure that these our colors, our background color. So you can say this is can have this as green. So that is our color code. Then I want us to check if, so we can say if item.status, I can say item.status. So if item.status, I want us to check this. So here, do you have status? Yes. Item.status.code. So you can actually check these statuses. So equals to, say something. Then you can actually provide the color code here. So you can say maybe the color code equals to, then you can say here red. So assuming you want to have the color codes differently. So if you go to our app, and for example, within our system code details, so I want us to check the statuses. So for these statuses, so these are the ticket statuses here. So I want us to say if it's pending, we can have it as, so for the result, you can have it as, so let's just do, if it's result, we can have it as green. So then this, anything that is pending, we can have it as gray. Then you can say if, so you can say if the status is in progress, then you can have it as, can say it's yellow. Then you can also say something here if the status is so let's just do here we can do so you can say if else can do here else we can also have that. Then here we can also check if the status is reassigned. We can have this as purple. Can also have another one. So you can also say if the status is can say if the status is, can also have here the status is, can see here pending, so or awaiting assignment. We can have it as red. Then we can also have anything if the status is pending as well. We can have it as red. So we can say anything that is not that, you can have it as red. So then what I want us now to do is in our status here, I want us to have these as we can say color. This will be style. So we need to have style. Can say color. Then we can provide now our color. So that color code will now give us this. So let's try and see what will happen. So let's try and see that. So I'm going to relaunch our app. So let's just relaunch our app and look at what will happen to our color code. So for those who are watching this channel for the first time and you like our video, please consider subscribing, like our channel, and even you can share. So if you need the source code, you can also claim the source code, and you can also buy us coffee so that we actually do more of these videos. So I'm going to sign in here. So let's just sign in and see. Oh, there we go. So if we go to tickets, you'll be able to see that we have the status with this is pending. So we can actually have this as a background. Let's have it as a background color. So we can do here, can have this here, can say background. So this will be background color. So that is it. So if we update, so let's just see how it will look like. So I think the background color looks a bit better. So you can see. So it's actually kind of appealing so that whenever you are doing anything, then you should be able to see that there is a problem. There are a lot of pending tickets. So that is one thing. So the next thing that I want us to do is I want us to change our details view. You see, this is how our details look. So I want us to change how this table looks like, so that we have all these details aligned, and we're also able to see the comments, and we can also see the documents attachment for this particular ticket. So let's just go back to the details view. So going to the details, then here I want us to have these as so here, where is it? So here we go. So I'm going to have these as a row. Then I'm going to say here call MD12. Then I'm also going, or you can just have this as 6. Then this one, let's close it within our table. So I'm going to close it here. DAV as well. Then we also have another MD6. Then we can also close it. DAV. Then on this table, I want us to have, so this is a table, but I want us to have, so these are table header, and this is, so this is table row, table data. So I want us to have table head and table data. So what I want us to do, I want us to arrange these in a very, I want us to arrange these in one column. So we have the title going this way. So instead of having two of them, this one, I'm going only to have one of them. So I'm going to have that. Then I'm also going to have this. So let's just see how it looks. Then also subcategory. I'm also going to have it. So I want just to have one column. So if we do that, let's just update, then we see how it looks. So I'm going to have one. There we go. So you can see it is one row. But now I want us to arrange these in one. So you see here we have the table head, table data. So I think we will have now to arrange these this way. So I'm going to close it. I'm going to start it. I'm going to close it. I'm going to start it. So I want to have one row. So let's just see. I'm going to close that. So let's just see how it looks. So if we update, then I want us to have one. Yes, I want us to have this way. I want us to have the table this way. Then that's cool. Then I can also do here start this. And I'm going to close it here. So I'm going to have it. So it's just a matter of arranging these data so that we have. So it's a matter of UI. So I'm going to have these that way. I'm going to open this, close that, and also we need to open. Can also close it here. Then it can open. Then I can also close it. So I don't think we have another table head. So this we are going to remove this. So we can remove this. So if we just now format our table and try to update, we should be able to see that we now have our table in just, you see, we have it in this one column. Then what happens to these buttons? So let's change these buttons. So I'm going to have these buttons. So I'll just do here. Then I can just say here. So this should be div row. Then I can say here, so this is, can say update. This one actually, we can actually have here, let's remove one. We don't need this. So this is, so we can have here class. So I think we have it already. So we can do here. So we can have this as one. Then I think that's cool. Then the next thing that we can have now, you see we have this table. So let's just update so that you see what is happening. So if we update it, you'll notice that we'll now be having one button. And I actually don't want this button to cover the entire screen. So I'm going to have, yeah, so let's just see how it looks. So this one, so I'm going to stop this. So let me just launch. So for those who are watching this video for the first time and you like what you are able to see, please consider subscribing, comment down below. And if you need the source code, you can also claim the source code using the link down below. And if you wish to buy us coffee, you can always buy us coffee and we will really appreciate. So let's just launch our app and see how this works. So I'll sign in. Then if we just go to the details for the tickets, so I'll just open the tickets, go to the details. You see, this is how it looks. So I want us to remove these. So this button, I don't want to have a long. So you can have a button that's not covering the entire space. So let's just do that. Remove that and see how that happens. So I've refreshed it. So here, I'll now call these here. So I'll call these here. So you can call these here H4. Then you can call ticket details. Then, if you go back to our app now, I want us to check something. I want us to have another table. I want us to have another table that will be displaying the comments for that particular ticket. So instead of you coming to the ticket, viewing just these details, and you go again to view the comments, we can always display all those details here. So I'm going to have another, so this is table head, table data. So this one I'm going to, let me just have it as a table row. Then close this table, an empty table. So if I format this, I'll be having my empty table here. Then I can also call this here H4. Then I'll call it ticket comments. Ticket comments. So if I update our app, we should now be having two tables. We should be having this and also another one here for the comments. So you can see how this now looks. We have the ticket details and we have the ticket comments. So for these ticket comments, how do we display them? So these are the details. So if you go to the tickets controller, under the details action, so this is how it looks. So let me zoom in. So this is how it looks. So we are getting the ticket details and all this information. But now I want us to do something. Because we need to have the tickets and the comments, we need to have so we can actually create a view model. So you can see we have here the ticket view model. So this ticket view model can actually also give us the comments. So you see this is the ticket view model. It's good we have it. I think we had created on our previous videos. So for those who are new, you can also consider watching our previous videos. So here you can see you have the list of tickets. You can also say you can have a list of comments. So here you can say ticket comments. So this should be ticket comments. Is it comments? So let's just see. Yes, so I think it's comment. Yes. Then we can call this ticket comments. So we can have our ticket comments here. So what I want us to do is on this view model, I want us to go to our ticket details. You see these details. I want us to say here, I want us to pass our VM. You see that? Then you can say VM. So that will initiate. Then if we come here, we can say VM.tickets. See, VM.tickets is equals to that. Yes, so it is actually one ticket. So let's just go back to our, it's not a list of tickets, but it is just a ticket. So let's go to, so we need here to have ticket. So we see we have tickets. We can also have another one here. So you see we are adding this without actually affecting our table. So you can have here ticket and you can say here ticket. Ticket, you can call it ticket details. So if we just do ticket details, so this will be ticket and then ticket details. So if we go back to our controller, we can call this ticket details. So that error will actually go. And the next thing is, so here we'll just do if vm.that is null. Then the next thing is we want to return our VM. But before returning our VM, I want us to do something. Remember, for every ticket, we can have the comments. So we are going to do here vm.comments is equals to await underscore context dot comments. So that comments, then you can say dot include, you can have those details. Dot include, you can also have another one, dot include what other thing, you can say t dot ticket, you can have the ticket as well. Then so these yes, then we can also have so you can say here to list async, so that we, so if we do that, so here it says, so this one should be comments, ticket comments. So you are getting all the list of comments. But now we need to do something. We are not pulling all the tickets. We are actually pulling the tickets, that is the comments for specific tickets. So you can say dot where t dot ticket ID, so is equals to the ID that you are getting. So this will now give us all the tickets for the specific ticket comments for the specific tickets. So let's just go back now to our view details. That is our details Razor page. So here, where is it? So we need to go to our details. So here we are going to, so here I'm going to, instead of using now the ticket model, I'm changing this to view models. Then I'll say here, ticket view model. So then anything that is not here, you can see here we have the ticket.status. So that means we can actually go back to our ticket details. Where is it? Where is it? So we can go back here. So I'll just go back to our view model, tickets view model. Then I can actually do here. So where is our ticket status? Here. So here you can actually say system code detail. Then you can say status. So if you do that, we're expecting this particular error to go. So these will go. So then we also have priority. So the same thing. So you can also copy this, have it here. Then you can say priority. So then we can have our details. So this error will go. So if you save it, we are not expecting anything there. So and you can see the others is okay. So the next thing that we now need to do is, instead of doing here, so you can see here for each. So where is it? So here, there is one thing that we need to check. So instead of doing display for title, here we will need to do model dot ticket. You see this ticket details dot title. So that's what we'll need to do for every data. So I'll do the same thing here. I'll do the same thing here. Then I'll also do the same thing here. I'll do here as well. Do the same thing here. I'll also do the same thing here. So that is the details. So it will actually get the details and will display those information from the ticket details. Now the next thing that you are going to do is the same thing that we have been doing under index, doing a for each loop here. We should actually now do it for our comments. Remember, one ticket can have many comments. So I'm going to copy. So let me just copy some data. So you can actually have it here. So under details, I'm going to have that here. So I'll just do for each, then close it here. So the next thing that we need to have is, inside here we can have our table head. and we can also have our table data. So that is what can happen. So we have two things. We have, yes, so we need to define our table heads. So let me just copy some here. So here, I'm going to have, so so let me just copy this down here. I show you something. So this one will be our heads. So for the comments, that is, and remember here we are doing, so one thing that I also want us to do, let's go back to our view model. Then I want us to do is, we have the ticket list comments. So I want also to have the just the comment. So here I'll just do ticket comments. So we have the comments and the comments. So here, then I'll go back to the details. Then I'll just do here, where is it? Under details, I'll do display name.id.ticket comment.id. So you can actually borrow some of the information that we have under ticket comments. So let's just check what are, so there we go. So under index, so I'm going to borrow this. So I'll actually borrow this here, then have it on our details. So here. But now instead of just doing model.id, so we'll just add now the ticket.comment. The same thing here, the same thing here as well, and the same thing here. So after that, we'll now be having, so remember on our, so this one should be table head, then we should close it. So under details, ensure we have this as a table head here. Then we need to close it here. Then we will now begin as a table body, which will now have another, so this is where our loop will come in. And within our loop, that is now where we'll open another table head, table row. So under the details, I'm going to now add this. So you'll have the table body for each. Then I can also, what's wrong here? So this one, I need to close it here. So I also need to do this. So we now have this. Then here, instead of doing tickets, we need to say ticket comments. Then here we need ID, we need the ticket, we need the, so do we need the ticket? Title, yes, the ticket title, created on and created by. So I'll just do it here. So you can actually remove this. We don't need it. And I can also add this here. And I can say here that we just need the ID. So do we need created by? No. You can actually remove. Yeah, I think we need it because we need to see who created that particular comment and what they meant. So I'll just do here created by, then dot full name. So I can remove the ID. ID might not help. Then you can also say created on. Then once we have that, we can also remove the ID here. So if we format our page, so this is how it looks. So we have now our ticket description, the title, and all these information. So for that, I don't think we need also the ticket information. So because we have opened that ticket, we can just display the description of the comment, the created on and created by. So if we now launch this app, we should be able to see a comment with its description. That is the ticket with its comments, without necessarily having to navigate on both sides. So that is what we need to do, and everything should be okay. So let's just launch our app and see. So for those who are watching this video for the first time and you like what you see, you can consider subscribing, comment down below. You can also claim the source code if you want the source code, and that will go a long way in ensuring that we provide you with the quality content. So I'll just go back to our tickets. So if I go to details, you'll notice that we now have the ticket details and the ticket comments. And the comments, we don't have anything. So let's just look for one of these one. So let's add a comment for this particular ticket. You can say testing 1, create. You can also add another comment, testing 2, create. So if you go to details, comments, you see you have 2 comments. So if you go to the details of the tickets, click details, you see under the details here, we have the ticket details and we have the ticket comments, and you can see who added and what time. So we've actually interchanged the created on and created by. So let's just rectify that. So we can interchange the titles. So then there's other thing that I want us to do. You see these, I want us to have these headers with one color. So let's just do here, I'll do here, I want to have a background color for my headers. So I'll just do style, and then I can say background color, I can say green. But that green, I want which type of green? I can say spring green. So this spring green, I want it to apply to my headers. So I'll just do here that way, also do here that way. Then I can do this one as well, and I can do this one as well. Can also do this one. Can also do here. Can also do that one. So that's cool. Then the next thing also that I want us to have is my table heads. So I can have my table heads as well. So if I refresh this screen, you'll note some changes in colors. So let's just see. You see, this is how now my app looks like. So let's see my table head. So this is my style. It has not reflected, I don't know why. So the style of my tickets, so this is actually what I wanted. So after we now have this, let me just remove this button here. It's kind of misplaced. Let me just see under departments. I think we can have a better one. So yes, so these ones. So let's just copy that, have it here. So then remove this. So I'm going to have this as a class. So btn warning. So after we now change this, you'll see now we have our screen where we can see the ticket comments and we can see the details. So we can also have a scenario whereby instead of just going back, what happens if we want to add another comment? So instead of going back here and adding comment to the ticket, we can do the same within the details. So we just open the details and we add the comment within here. So I want us to leave it there for today. So as we proceed, the next thing is we are going to add a way to resolve our tickets. You can see here. So we can actually check how we can resolve these tickets and how we are going to filter them. So if you're following this video and you like how it goes, subscribe to our channel and see you in our next video. Bye.